Department for Education have released their absence figures or attendance figures for the spring and autumn term of 21 and 22. Now, I have to say at the outset, they are reducing ever so slightly. We're talking 1%. Persistent absence, that's the amount of children who are spending 10% or more outside of the classroom, has actually reduced by about 1.1%. But that's not really the full story, because when you look at the numbers of children involved, that is still 1.56 million children in those terms who spent more than 10% outside of school. And the whole reason why we've been looking at this story, as you know, Kay, is because these numbers are still so extraordinarily high when we go back to what it was like pre-pandemic. The absence rate pre-pandemic was about 10%. It's still just over 20% now. And so the government might say today this is going in the right direction, but it's still at the top of the cliff and the numbers are still extraordinarily high. And I'm afraid we're not seeing that kind of reduction that a lot of parents and school leaders and councils would like to see. So I suppose it is good news that these figures are coming down, but they're coming down in like crumbs rather than big chunks. And the numbers of children still missing big sections of school remain very high. And as we go into this general election, we'd expect all political parties to start to talk about this more, because this is still an awful lot of children missing school, and we're nowhere near what the levels were pre-pandemic. And that just goes to show just what an effect the pandemic and arguably lockdowns had on all of these children.
OK, I know you're going to continue to monitor that for us, aren't you? That's OK. That wasn't the Education Secretary, was it?
No, it's not.
OK. Thanks very much indeed.